What's going on YouTube? It's Neo and I got the Q20 from, is it Ridstar? This is the 20 amp hour battery with a 1000 watt motor. Now I gotta make my own video about explaining the settings here because I watched some other videos and it kind of threw me off. And I have this reference to go off here. This is what's gonna be on our side of the settings, which is this information over here. And I was able to acquire this information off the website, even though it's for the Q20 Pro. This information here, it was able to really explain what's going on and how to actually fine tune your bike, your Q20. Now, first things first. So, as a battery indicator, this information up here on top is going to signify battery life. Another thing too, in order to actually check the battery how much battery you have, you need it on. Okay, you need it on, and then you hold this and you're able to see. I just came back from my first legitimate ride. It's down to red. But just understand, if you actually want to check how good or how much life is in that battery, how much juice is in it, it needs to be on. So next, we have our screen. One thing I want to show you. So you can see my max is at 5. Go down to 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. I'll go over. For whatever reason, you're stuck at 1, or like you can't reach 0, or your max is 3. I will go over that. That was one of the things that definitely threw me off. And the throttle, because the throttle can be manipulated in terms of how much power you're giving into the crank. You could adjust the settings where little to no crank movement, and you could just go full throttle pretty much. And how to unlock any speed limitations. So I'll go over here. P01, that'll just be your backlight. P02, either miles per hour or kilometers. P03, your voltage level. Those I wouldn't mess with, unless of course you need to adjust to whatever location you're at. P04, that's just I guess your automatic shut off time. 1 to 0 unit minutes. Now this is the one that throws me off. P05, help file bit. So like I'm showing you here. So let's jump into 05. So what you're gonna do, top and bottom, hold it, and to change to your settings is the middle. So we're gonna hold here. You click the middle button, it'll cycle P03, P04, P05. See how that's 005. Now if I go up, it's gonna go 09. If I go up, 03, 05. That's what I was showing you where it says PAS, pedal assist. How it goes 0 through 5 is because of this, 005. Now this bike doesn't go to 9, so 9 doesn't matter. If you're stuck at max 3, it's because you're on this setting, so it only lets you go to 3. If you can't reach 0, which is unassist, you go here, you click down, and you see how it goes to 1. So your minimum is 1, your max is 5 in terms of your pedal assist settings. So I'm gonna go back to 0, so I could go pretty much 0 to 5. That's pretty important. And I was able to get this information off the website. I will most likely try to post a link so you could acquire this information. But so these numbers are in relation to what's here. And then this information is for the Q20 Pro, but it enabled me to really understand adjusting these settings. So let's move on. P06, this one should be 32. I wouldn't touch that. P07, that should be just 1. I would leave that alone. Now here's the next important one, P08. Max it out to 100, so you essentially, 100 means no speed limit, so that's what you'd want, hopefully. P09, this one isn't too complex. So how I mentioned earlier, where it starts off at 0, it's like a safety feature, right? So if you had it at 0, when you turn on your bike, it would be at 0. And I'm assuming that if you have the setting on number 1, when you start on the bike, it's whatever I guess you had it last. P10, the drive mode. Either, I believe it's 0, 1, or 2. Right here. This one's pretty straightforward. Either electric drive or a power drive and an electric drive coexist. We'll skip that one. Here's the next important one. P11, help sensitivity setting range 1 through 24. What does that mean? So if we go here back to my reference, pedal sensitivity 1 through 24. 1 is you need to crank less. 24 is you need to crank more. That has to do in correlation with that throttle. So let's say you're hitting a throttle, you're not feeling anything until you actually pedal more and more, depending on this setting or range. So I have it to 1, meaning that I give little to no crank and I could just go straight to the throttle. Next would be P12. It's the pedal assist strength. This also has to do with the throttle. So let's see what it says on P12. Help start intensity setting range. I had this in 0, so essentially I could just go little crank and just go straight to the throttle. I'm assuming it's partially safety feature, partially, whatever setting or I guess intensity you like. But for me, the main reason why I got this bike was in terms of using that electrical motor. And that's really it in terms of my confusion. P13, that one I just left at 12. P14, you can max it out at 20 amps for get the most out of your throttle. Controller under voltage. P15, pretty much I couldn't adjust this one, but safety feature, once your voltage, the battery voltage reaches a minimum point, it will shut off. And then the settings will max out at P16 in terms of my Q20, which is the odometer. So I'll just show you guys what I have in terms of my settings as a reference. So P01, which is your backlight. I guess I have that all the way bright. I can turn that down. P02, that's miles per hour. P03, I didn't adjust this, but you can. 48 volts, which is what the default is. P04. Oh, that's just the timing. P05, I have it. You can have the pedal assist from 0 up to 5. If you have it to 9, I don't think it really does much on this bike. I mean, this minimum is 0, max is 5, so I don't see why you'd go to 9. Hopefully that clarifies everything. P06, 23. Should be the wheel diameter. Let's see, 23. Number 7. I forgot what this is. Speed gauge. Leave this at 1. This is default. I don't understand this one for sure. I would just leave it at 1. That's the 100 kilometers per hour, which is unlocking your speed. P09 at 1. Let's see what this is. Oh, 0 start, non-zero start. This is just a safety feature. P10. I'll just skip through this. P10. Left it at 2. You'll probably just copy what I'm doing. You'll be good. Have that at 0. 13 at 12. P14 at 20. 41. The odometer. Yeah, hopefully this right here, for sure, I was having a lot of trouble, and you might have trouble with this in essence of essentially how much power or how much you have to crank before giving the throttle. That really threw me off because when I first got the bike, everything was going great. I watched a video on YouTube about adjusting settings and it all went to shit for some reason. So this information was off the website for the Q20 Pro. This right here is the numbers in reference for the actual settings that comes with the the book manual, and hopefully like it starts to make sense and clarify pretty much just the pedal assist. You would just want to lower these numbers right here, and then this would essentially your settings for 0 all the way up to 5. Pretty straightforward. The rest kind of makes sense. Worst case scenario, just follow what's on that screen that I have posted. Hopefully everything goes great. Enjoy your guys' bike. Have fun.